Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks, and I'm just playing around tonight, and I made this pattern thinking the other day somebody asked me a question. They evidently uh, didn't see how I did it on part one with the triangle. So I thought I would just make this one, and you could keep going with this shape. I actually like to work with it in this. I only had one picked. If you group this together, Control G, you can flip it. I actually like the way it looks the normal way. But how I drew the triangle, well, this is the same thing with a five-sided pentagon. Get your polygon tool with your 5 sides, hold down the control button, hit P, which is pretty important in this, get your 2-point line. And I'm just gonna go from node to node. It's easier to me to get the middle node first and then get the outer nodes. And you probably don't have to do all these lines, but it just, to me, it makes it easier to just kind of see it. And then just take your virtual segment delete key and delete every other line. So you have basically 3 triangles. And what would be cool about this is that we're gonna make one, and then you could actually flip one of the triangles and continue the pattern. It's not gonna fit together like I can't even think, the 3-sided shape did the other day, but we're going to do it the same way. You take the Smart Fill tool and move it out of the way. Then you left click, right click in black. I always draw everything in red. So get your 2-point line and go from there to node to node. And now which way, and I'm going to do this on purpose to kind of show people something. Now we have the 2 lines, and we can just nudge those out of the way. But they kind of connect themselves. So you need to grab the shape tool and grab that one and right click and break the curve apart. And then actually I would take both of them and go to object and break the curve apart. Now these lines are completely separate. But if we watch what happens when we blend it now, and the reason I did it in this order, look at that right there. Well, that is cool, but if you want them to blend the same, you have to take the shape tool and figure out, so this one's going this way where this one's going that way. The only way to really fix it is to move one of them out of the way so you can actually grab it all. And this one's going up, this one's going down, so we'll just grab it. And I'm gonna right click and reverse the subpath. Now both of them are going up. Now we can put this one back. Now we can blend it and we get that blend. Now what I would do from here, you can do 2 things. You could bring your original shape back in from the bottom. I'm just nudging. Get your Smart Fill tool and set on black. And we did an odd amount, just like we did the other day, so they kind of blend together. So I'm just doing every other one. And for the video, I'm going to make the other one just a gray, a light gray, just so we can see it, that it's not a white. So this is the exact same process. Now I'm going to take it all and I'm going to right click no outline, and I'm going to Control G and I'm going to group it. And then I can nudge it back to the center of the page. Now, Control D and make a duplicate, double click on it and move the rotation to there and rotate it 72 degrees. Control D, Control D, Control D. That's how easy it is. Now, on this one particular right here, you could Control D and mirror it upside down. That's a weird effect right there on its own. But if we go here, we could continue the pattern. And you're never going to get them to join up, but it is pretty cool. And if you were going to do the other ones, you'd actually, so what I would do if I was going to join the other ones, I would Control G and group that, rotate it 72 degrees. I don't think I had it all. Rotate it 72 degrees. So now we have a flat side down here, break it apart, ungroup it, just ungroup, don't ungroup all. Control D and make a duplicate and mirror it down. Now see, you can see that one was on the front of the page. And then group this one together, Control G, and rotate it another 72 degrees. So you have another flat side, and then ungroup it. If you only ungroup it and not ungroup all, it will keep your original together. See, that one's half between the other. And if you'll just grab to you at that 4 point, I'm going to go ahead and continue this just to see what it looks like. Control G to group it, and then rotate it another 72 degrees. Control D to ungroup it, or Control U. Control D, mirror it upside down, and then grab that four-sided X. It should snap right to the corner. We're almost through, and then we'll quit. Control G, rotate it another 72 degrees. Ungroup. Grab that one, Control, well, we don't have to do anything. Yeah, Control D to make a duplicate, and then mirror it. And that alone is a pretty cool pattern. Now, if we take away the outline by right-clicking the mouse, so we don't have that hairline between there, and you could continue this. I mean, if you wanted to, if you would, group all this together, and I'm just giving you some ideas to continue it. Take a 2-point line and go from that node to that node, and that wasn't very good. I moved. Now it's a little space, but if you did the same thing with the Smart Fill tool and did your reverse lines, or anything, it's not going to fit together like the triangle did. It's a continuous pattern. Maybe if we did a 6-sided one, it would in the future. But anyway, kind of a fun project, and if you look at it long enough, it really, from here, bugs my eyeballs. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.